Hey guys, this is Jackie with BOK Creative Filings, and this is Office Hours. And I just wanted to quickly go over something that has been on my mind for the last couple weeks. So a few weeks ago, I posted in the Black Resource Network, which is a group on Facebook. I definitely recommend you join if you're a Black business and you're specifically in Queens or from Queens. Definitely a really good resource. Or if you're just looking to buy Black owned within Queens, it's a really good directory. I digress. So I posted in there asking, hey, what is stopping you from starting your business? And the answers were surprising. One was fear, another one was money, another one was time, but one really stuck out for me, which was the lack of support from friends and family. And I was thinking like lack of support meant, oh, they weren't buying my product. No, people were really concerned with like family looking down on them, or family not sharing social media posts with regards to their business, or family requesting discounts or not respecting your craft or your product or your service enough to pay full price. And I kind of understood where they were coming from. I know when I initially started my business, I was really discouraged when people who I deeply consider friends and like my favorite family members, XYZ, they weren't so quick to share content or share my business stuff. However, but they were willing to like the page. So, let me put everything in perspective. I look back at it and I think it's kind of silly. And here's why. One, I think it's kind of self-absorbed to think your friends have to share everything that you post. It's nice when they do. However, this is your business, your dream. You need to figure out a marketing plan that works for you. If they so happen to share, that's great. You should build content where people want to share, and family, no family. If your content sucks, it sucks. They don't want to share it, or they don't want to watch it, or they don't want to comment. That's fine. You just keep going. Like, not every piece of content is great. I know that. You just keep going and you try to find things that are interesting, but they don't want to share the same thing. And if it's the same thing, just like self-promoting yourself, like, it kind of gets tiring to always be like, oh, let me promote this. It's cool once in a while, but it shouldn't be so expected like that. Also, sometimes you have to go outside your family to really get promotion. I always say meet strangers, network, talk to other people, join other communities. A lot of times that's like your number one tool of really growing your business. At least in my case, my number one tool was meeting new people, networking, creating content, creating value, creating authority in my subject matter. And once strangers started realizing that I may know what I'm talking about, my family and friends were more willing to not just share my content, but also be a customer or a client, and not even pay, not just automatically ask for a discount, because they realize that, this is a real business, even though I still get family discounts. It is what it is. But they're more willing, like they understand, like you have a business that other people use. You are a professional in this area. So I understand it's really discouraging, but the action I would take is, one, creating your ideal client, figure out who that person is, and two, networking where that person's gonna be at. And that means talking to strangers and talking to people who you don't normally want to talk to. And then eventually, hopefully, your friends and family come around. But let's be honest, listen, I have cousins I love, cousins who are like siblings, but they don't need my service. What do they need me for? When they start a business, that's great. And I do have cousins who do. And when they come to reach out to me, that's great. But in real life, why? Why would they come? Why is this content interesting to them if it's not pertaining to something that they're interested in? It can't just be just because I'm talking doesn't mean they need to share it. To me, it seems silly. Because that means you would share every single picture of me on Facebook, and that's weird. That's creepy. So all I'm gonna say is try to have actions. Create your ideal client. Figure out where they're at. That doesn't mean spending money. That means just being on Facebook, being on Instagram, If TikTok is your place, if your ideal client is young or something like that, if they're on TikTok, be on TikTok. Don't just be spammy. That's another thing. People, they want them to share like the ads. It's like, it's just spammy after a while. Like, create content that people really want to watch or are interested in. If you're saying, hey, buy every 5 seconds, you know how annoying that gets? Like, even to your mom, that gets annoying. Create content, create value. Why are these people coming to you? Why are these people even sharing it? Is it even worth sharing? Is it even worth commenting? Think about that before you start getting so upset with people not sharing. And then, if they don't want to share, if they're not sharing, okay, find other people to share it to. There are like millions of Facebook groups you can share stuff to. There's YouTube, there's hashtags, there's other ways to get eyes on your content that doesn't necessarily need your like second cousin sharing your piece of content. It's wide open. Am I crazy? Like, I love my cousins, they're cool, but if they don't share my thing, I'm not about to like run up on them. That's silly to me, and that's not gonna stop me. That's another thing. I wish I would stop something or stop a business idea because I didn't think I was gonna get support from my friends and family. Couldn't be me. This is just my thoughts. If you have any thoughts, comment below.